Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another episode of Myth-Busting Mondays. In today's video, guys, we're going to be covering one particular myth that is going to be really cool at the very end here. And this is going to be a myth about the Ogre in Back 4 Blood. Now, we all know that the Ogre in Back 4 Blood is supposed to be one of the big final bosses alongside the Breaker and the Hag, which are the Witch and Tank equivalents in the Back 4 Blood. And the Ogre, he's been kind of on and off again about like how he performs. He's sometimes really good, sometimes he's really bad. However, though, I want to see if there's one thing in particular that we can do, regardless of how he's good or bad, and that's how fast we can kill him. I want to see if it's even possible. Can we fathom with his Gigundo health bar, can it be possible to kill him in under 10 seconds? Or exactly 10, if we want to end up pushing it. But I'm curious, if 10 seconds or less, can we kill the Ogre? That is going to be the final myth here today, and I hope that you guys end up enjoying the other myths that will follow with this myth as well. If you guys end up enjoying today's video and you guys are excited to see another episode of Myth Busting Mondays, please show your guys' support by dropping a like, comment, subscribe, and all that beautiful stuff. And if you guys want to see your myths featured in next week's episode of Myth Busting Mondays, please put them in the comments down below. And anyways, guys, let's get on with today's episode of Left 4 Dead and Back 4 Blood Myth-Busting Mondays. Myth: can you fill up the generator on the finale of The Last Stand with the OG red gas can? Alrighty guys, so on The Last Stand, there is one noticeable difference about the gas cans comparison to the normal gas cans that you find in Left 4 Dead, and that's going to be that the gas cans on The Last Stand are actually green. Now, the normal gas can color that we end up getting is going to end up being red. And I just want to see, just out of curiosity, because even though this myth seems stupid and it, theoretically should work, I've never seen anyone do this to know. So we're just going to be seeing if you can fill up the generator when it inevitably malfunctions with a red gas can versus the green ones that you find lying around the map that are pre-spawned. Because you don't find red ones at all, except for in the beginning, and most people don't carry a gas can to end up testing this. So I've never seen this done, and I just want to see, can you fill it up with a red gas can versus the green gas can? Alrighty, so the generator just stopped working, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to break this window really quickly and just leave my red gas can from the first chapter over there, and I'm just going to go simply around the corner and get a green gas can so that way we can have them side by side just to show the difference really quickly here. And we're just going to be seeing whether or not that these have a difference. Now the silhouettes are different. The green one does show up as yellow for its silhouette, and then the red one has a white silhouette. So let's just go for the red one. Oh, it's working. Hey, and look at that, the number went up. What do you know? And the green one still works, it didn't mess it up? No, it just works like normal. All of this is literally just red versus green. So that means that this myth is confirmed, guys. You can use the red gas cans to fill up the generator on The Last Stand. And you can even use this if you want to. I mean, it would be a little bit tedious, but you could actually pre-get some red gas cans, bring them to the finale with you, and then that way you don't have to end up getting all the green ones. You can just stockpile up the red ones with the green. That'd be pretty cool. Myth: can you free the survivor NPCs on the first chapter of Search and Rescue by using grenades? Alrighty, my friends, we are now on a Back 4 Blood myth, and this takes place on the second map in the game, which is going to end up being called Search and Rescue. And this very first chapter, we are rescuing survivors that are going to be strapped to the walls with hawker spits, and we have to end up freeing them normally by ending up using our hands, and we just rip off all the spit and the goo, and we just free them by ourselves. But I want to see if there's a way we can do it quicker by using the equipment in the game, such as the frag grenades. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go up to a survivor, throw a frag, and let's just see what happens. Okay, that doesn't do anything other than hurt me, so that was just a complete insta-fail. Yeah, but as you can see, Evangelo just immediately just goes and frees them by using his hands, but I'm going to try again just, to see. And nope, it wasn't a fluke, it just continues to do it no matter what you do. Well, that means that this myth is busted, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. I mean, I think you can also use a toolkit, which makes it a little bit quicker, but I was hoping that we could find something that would just work, like, instantaneously. But it's not a big deal. Myth: if you shoot a grenade launcher shot straight up in the air, will it come back down and hurt you? Alrighty guys, so I am on the beginning of the passing, and I'm going to spawn in a grenade launcher for myself. And all I'm just going to do is I'm literally just going to aim straight up in the air, shoot, and just see if it will come back down and hurt me. I just want to see if gravity functions in Left 4 Dead. or if there will end up being ghost bullets, where you basically can shoot it and it will just disappear. So we're just going to aim it straight up and just shoot, and we're just going to wait and see. So let's just see. We're going to have a Looney Tunes moment where it's going to come back and hit me in the face. Oh, I see it moving. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Look at that. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I went from 100 HP to 99 HP, and the grenade launcher shots are indeed falling back down to the earth. They do, in fact, end up having the effects of gravity. You can see them happening before your very eyes. It isn't like a thing that you just can't see. You can see it, and it will affect your character. So this is actually going to be double confirmed. The grenade launcher does indeed, in fact, actually hit you if you just shoot up straight in the air. It will come back down and hit you. Nice. Well, it's technically not nice because it means it's hurting you, but at least it's cool that's confirmed. Myth. If a player shoots a witch and the player dies before she can get to them, does the witch attack someone else? Okay, now this myth is a little bit confusing, so let me explain. So basically the idea is that I want to see in a hypothetical situation, let's say somebody shoots the witch, right? And that player is now going to get attacked by the witch because she obviously, got pissed off at that player. Now, if the player does die or ends up DCing because they had something else happen, does that mean that the witch, because they can't attack the player that pissed them off because it's no longer there, what will happen? Will the witch get aggroed towards someone else and think it's them, or will she just end up backing off or bug out or whatever have you? That is what I want to see here with today's myth. So that is exactly what we're going to test. So right now I am playing as Nick, and I have my hotkey to switch to Ellis ready. And what I'm going to do is that with the witch I just spawned in, I'm going to shoot her as Nick. She's right over there. And then as soon as I have her pissed off at Nick, I am going to switch over to Ellis and then actually kick Nick from the game. So the person that pissed her off shouldn't be there anymore, and I just want to see what happens. So the witch is down there, we're going to shoot her, and now I'm going to quickly switch over to Ellis, and I'm going to kick Nick from the lobby as the witch is coming over. And okay, so she's standing there, and no, she runs away. She is not attacking Ellis, which in this case is just only me, because I also kicked all the other bots, and she's just running away as if she got her kill and moved on, versus what actually happened where her AI just got tricked and now she's just running away. So that means that this myth is busted, which is a good thing, because if the witch just attacked someone just for the sake of attacking somebody, that would be really, really annoying. And I'm very glad that the witch is programmed to only go after the person that actually shot her, because otherwise that'd be very, very problematic. Alrighty guys, so now we are on to the final big myth of today's episode, and that is once again if we can end up killing the Ogre, one of the big final bosses in Back 4 Blood in 10 seconds or less. I just want to see how fast we can melt this guy. Is the supposed second basically biggest boss in the whole entire game right before the Abomination a pushover, or is he someone that's actually not worth messing with? Because we've had issues with this Ogre before, where he's been very, very hard to fight sometimes, and there's been other times where he's just extremely easy to fight, and that's just depending on how the devs treat the game. He's had different stages throughout the alpha, beta, and even just in certain specific random instances that aren't exactly replicatable. So we're just going to be finally putting this to bed and just seeing whether or not that if it's consistently realistic to end up killing the Ogre fast, especially extremely fast, such as in 10 seconds or less. So let's do this final myth of today's episode. Myth: can you kill the Ogre in 10 seconds or less? Alrighty guys, so we are on the final myth of today's episode. We're going to be trying to fight the Ogre and try to kill him as humanly as possible. So I'm going to be loading onto a specific campaign chapter where it's only just a Ogre boss fight, and then it's just straight to the safe room. So yes, there will be zombies in the background. Of course, I can't exactly turn off the director in this game because there's no mods, unfortunately, and there's no console commands. Hopefully they'll put that on later down the line. But in the meantime, this is the best circumstance I can get, is just loading into literally a chapter that's essentially an Ogre boss fight only. So I've got several grenades, and I'm going to be having the minigun that is right here, ready to go. And we're just going to be seeing how long it takes to end up killing this thing. I got my randoms helping me out, and here we go. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi. Oh wow, that was actually just on time. 10 seconds. Now keep in mind, I was going in Mississippi seconds, but that's still 10 seconds. What do you know? And I also wanted to clarify one more thing before you guys end up giving your guys' opinion on the myth, just in case, is that this is indeed also on the easiest difficulty, so that might also contribute to the fact about why I was able to kill him so fast. But yeah, technically I understand if you end up playing the game mode on higher difficulties, or if you end up having crappier circumstances like less equipment, stuff like that, yes, this is more of a threat. But realistically, it's really just going to come down to just your setup. If you have a lot of upgrades and a lot of lethals, and you know what you're doing to hit those critical spots, you can kill this guy pretty fast. And in fact, even though this isn't my gameplay that I'm about to mention here, but I've seen people kill the Ogre as early as literally 3 or 4 seconds. I just don't want to end up taking their gameplay without their permission. So even though I wasn't able to get less than 10 seconds, I at least got exactly 10 seconds, which at the end of the day does leave this myth at confirmed. Is the Ogre a pushover? Not necessarily. It really, like I said, just depends on the circumstances. He's still pretty much a significantly decent boss. He was a lot better in certain maps than others. Like, for example, like this one map that I did this test on, he's really easy to kill because they kind of give you everything. They even have several mounted miniguns. But on, of course, like things like the Devil's Return, where you first see him, that's pretty much like things like where he shines, where he catches you off guard. So at the end of the day, it's circumstantial, but this myth is still cool nonetheless. It's really cool to know that you can actually cheese him if you really want to. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode of Myth Busting Mondays. I do truly hope you guys ended up enjoying it. If you did, please consider dropping a like, comment, subscribe, and all that beautiful stuff. If you guys would like to financially support the channel, I would definitely appreciate if you guys could go check out my Patreon. It's always linked down below in all my YouTube video descriptions. Or you guys could use supporter creator code BlackNinja797 in all caps in the Fortnite Epic Games item shops, because Epic's my very first sponsor and they're sponsoring today's video, so shout out to Epic Games. One last note, if you would like to end up having your myths featured in next week's episode of Myth Busting Mondays, please put them in the comment section down below. And yeah, everybody, I hope you end up enjoying another YouTube video from the most unique YouTuber you guys are ever going to see. Thank you for watching, guys, and peace out.
Hey, meme lords, Jesus here, and you better have enjoyed that video there by the eternal god Daddy Ninja. You should probably subscribe too, or the mighty Moab will come for your balls. If you enjoyed the video, you might like it too, and give me the memes. Flash, bang, boom!